Well, Seneca must have talked to the police by now. Once they find out Ken died from heroin, they're going to move right in. Oh, Lord, Mave shouldn't have to deal with this. I wish she never met that man.
Yeah, she got to him before Jill did.
Here.
Thanks.
She's out there making soup.
She's out there racking her brain.
Yeah.
Frank, isn't it possible that Jill's gone to the police on her own? Right now, she could be explaining it all, the syringe, everything. That would take Mave out of the middle of it. It makes a difference if Mave tells what she saw once Jill's explained. Because maybe it isn't mercy killing.
Roger?
Where's Jill?
I don't know. You've heard about Ken.
Maeve told us. She told us everything.
Yeah, I was afraid of that. Look, I need to talk to her.
No, you don't. You already said your piece.
Is she in there?
Yes, she doesn't want any company.
Look, just 1 minute.
Roger, you've put her in one hell of a position. Now lay off.
Well, my sister is in one hell of a position, and so am I. It's important. Please, John.
All right, make it very fast.
Have you found Gillian?
No. Mave, I called everywhere. Look, a detective just questioned me, and he's coming here next.
Oh.
Now, I am not asking you to lie. I haven't lied beyond the first impression that I gave Seneca. They are assuming it's a suicide, and I didn't offer them anything else. Now, he asked the basic questions, and I gave him answers, and you can do the same thing. Mave, for Jill, you have to.
You don't believe that I don't want to protect her? Dear heavens, don't you know me at all?
But Mave, at the hospital, you said...
I said I could not perjure myself, Roger. I cannot lie under oath. But there are other things that I can do. I can hold back information. That's my prerogative, according to Francis. If they ask me a dangerous question, I can just simply refuse to answer.
But Mave, that'll rouse suspicion, don't you realize?
I know. But the fact that I'm as nervous as I am is also going to arouse suspicion. The other alternative, of course, is just to avoid being questioned at all. Now, that should give Gillian some time. That's just about what I've decided I'll do.
How?
When your detective shows up here, I just will simply not be home.
Hi, I'm Paul Conroy, detective, 12th Precinct.
Yeah.
I'd like to talk to Mave Ryan, if she's here.
Well, I'm not so sure. Well, I'm her husband. Can I help you?
I'll go to Weehawken Street. No, forget I even said that. All you know, as far as you're concerned, is that I'm gone. Please, tell John.
All right.
No, I'd better tell him myself. John.
Mrs. Ryan? Are you Mrs. Mave Ryan?
Yes, I am. But, I'm about to go downtown. You'll just have to excuse me.
Detective Conroy, ma'am, I have to ask you some questions about Mr. Jones' death. It's routine. I won't keep you long.
Say I do. But to who?
Jessica Buchanan is in love, but with Antonio or Nash?
I love you. I'm just going to say I really, really love you.
Who will she marry?
It's a one-life wedding you won't want to miss.
Find out on One Life to Live this November on SoapNet. Laura was torn away from Luke and her children.
Laura's in a fragile state of mind.
But medicine found a way to bring her back.
I miss you so much, Mom.
Luke and Laura's story begins again.
This is the miracle we've been waiting for.
Watch General Hospital, weekdays on ABC and weeknights at 10 on SoapNet. Happily Ever After. Don't think so.
I'm pregnant, and it's Patrick's.
In Salem, love isn't always a fairy tale.
Get an attorney.
Days of Our Lives, tonight at 11 on SoapNet.
Ooh, that's good. Ooh, it's the same as the first one.
Only Folgers has the Aroma Seal canister for fresh tasting coffee every time.
Thought this was a taste test.
The new Crayola Color Wonder Sprayer. Create amazing surprises without making a mess. It airbrushes clear Color Wonder ink that magically appears only on our Color Wonder paper, so they can create anything they imagine, except a mess. The new mess-free Color Wonder Sprayer from Crayola. Look for it in the Crayola aisle.
If there's one thing dogs love, it's meat. That's why we made our Healthy Nuggets even meatier. Crunchy on the outside and meaty on the inside. New Healthy Nuggets, only from Pedigree.
You are my sister, young, old, red, black, or white. Our common bond is this breast cancer fight.
If you were my sister, I would say you should know your breast cancer could come back.
So it's perfectly normal to be afraid.
But you can fight fear with information.
Learn everything you can.
Things keep changing.
If you were my sister, I would say call
and get the facts.
There are treatments after surgery that can help reduce the risks significantly.
Call or go to getbcfacts.com.
Talk to your doctor about your risk of recurrence.
Find out about treatment choices.
If you're already on treatment, stay on it.
Just like your doctor says.
If you were my sister, I would say
make a promise to yourself
to keep fighting.
If you were my sister, I would say, honey, don't be afraid. We'll get through this together.
Call 1-888-344-8544 or go to getbcfacts.com.
Were you an old friend of Mr. Jones?
No.
Not one of his regular visitors?
No, I just met the man. When, John? When was it that he came in here and sang that song for Little John?
Yeah, it was like 6 months ago.
Yes.
Any particular reason that you visited him today?
Well, only because Jillian told me that he was very bad, and she was terribly upset, and so naturally I was worried, so I...
Dr. Coleridge.
Hi. Hi. Welcome to my second home. Is it all right if I'm here?
Oh, of course. This is a member of my extended family. You don't mind, do you?
No, not if you don't. So, did Miss Coleridge ask you to come?
Oh, here's another member of my family. Hello, love.
Hi.
Ms. Ryan, did Miss Coleridge ask you to come?
Oh, no, Jillian didn't ask me to come. She didn't have to. I felt the need, so I went.
Okay. Now, could you describe for me what you saw when you entered Mr. Jones' room? Now, just try to visualize it. You opened the door and what?
Well, Jillian was there, and Ken was there, and he was lying very quietly, see, so somehow I knew that he was not sleeping. And, of course, Roger was there with us, and he moved very quickly, and the nurse and he did everything they possibly could do, but in the end, it was too late. Poor man. No, that's it. I mean, that's all I can possibly tell you.
You could back up for me a second. I'm a little confused. You said you opened the door and you saw Miss Coleridge.
Well, it was where she was. She...
Do you mean she was walking in front of you?
No, I really couldn't say that.
Did Miss Coleridge go to visit Mr. Jones with you and her brother, or was she already there when you arrived?
Well, Jillian was here, you see, with me before. We were in the kitchen talking, and that's when she first mentioned to me that Ken had spoken about suicide. As I said, she didn't have to ask me to go, and finally we were just all there and with him, and it was just too late.
Ms. Ryan, did Miss Coleridge arrive with you or before you?
I can't answer that.
Why not?
Well, I can say...
All right, let's try something else. What was Miss Coleridge doing when you entered the room?
I haven't said that she was there before me.
Look, my mother has about had all she could take for one day. Now, as her attorney, I've advised her to quit whenever she needs to. Tomorrow's another day, okay?
I'm sorry, this answer is critical. You said you opened the door and you saw Miss Coleridge. Now, she arrived ahead of you. Is that correct?
I can't say.
You refuse?
That's my right, is it not, son?
Mm-hmm. Doctor, can you straighten this out? Maybe we'd better talk down at the precinct.
No, wait a minute. You're not going to do that.
Easy, Doc. All right, look, Detective, you know who I am. You also know my family is respected in this neighborhood. Now, not only is it unnecessary to haul in Mave Ryan, it is crazy. Don't do it.
All right. This is how it works. I'm going to call the medical examiner right now. At the least, I don't have the whole story. At the most, we always do a follow-up whenever there's any suspicion of foul play with an apparent suicide. The medical examiner will send a representative over to the autopsy. If the report proves that Mr. Jones died of an overdose of an unprescribed drug, the district attorney will have my report and the medical examiner's report before the day's out. You'll be subpoenaed as a material witness. It will be all thrown into the hands of the grand jury. You'll be required to testify under oath. Do you understand, Mrs. Ryan?
I understand.
Detective, I'm going to my sister's apartment. Do you mind if I come along?
Certainly. These things move fast. I expect the grand jury to have this tomorrow or the next day.
You did fine, Ma. Ma, it would have happened anyway.
Oh, I knew I shouldn't have been answering those questions. I should have left before.
What?
Maybe you were as careful as you could be.
I tried not to offer any information.
You did all you could. Jill has got to speak for herself.
See, now, Bobby's right.
It's not for you to save her.
God, Jill.
Okay, I'll keep it short for now. I'll write a longer piece tonight, but the important thing is to file a story fast.
Right. Thanks, Jack.
I just need to hide here for a second.
It's all right.
I don't want Mave to think I'm disappointed in her. She was terrific.
No, it's all right.
Yeah.
Bobby?
I'm okay. Thank you.
Bobby, Jack thought he should phone in something to his paper before the facts get distorted.
Yeah.
Well, I told him, go ahead. You think that was a smart move or what?
Sure.
What's going on, kiddo?
Nothing. I mean, you're going to make your move, whether I think it's smart or not. Right, kiddo?
Maybe you better lay this out for me. Maybe you better just say it.
Okay, I will.
I no sooner get back from Colebrook, I walk into Ryan.
Did you see Amy again after you talked to me?
No, they'd already taken her back to her room. So anyway, I walk into Ryan's and all hell's broken loose. It's confidential, okay?
Okay.
Ken George Jones died this afternoon. He had terminal cancer. He talked of suicide. They found a syringe and heroin. He may have been helped by a friend, and this friend is also a friend of mine, and she should know better not to disappear at a time like this, but she's disappeared. And Mave Ryan may also be involved because she was at the hospital.
Jack.
Yeah.
Did I agree to have dinner with you tonight?
Oh, look, Rose, I hate like hell to...
Oh, my. I'm afraid I'm going to have to call it off.
I don't want to break the date.
You didn't. I did.
Rose, don't get that way now.
I'm not that way. I'm just salvaging a little pride.
I can't tell if you're mad or not.
I'm not mad.
Well, how about tomorrow?
Tomorrow, I may be mad.
I mean, have dinner with me tomorrow.
You know, it'd almost be worth it to see if you could top yourself. I mean, your excuses so far have been outstanding. The best I've ever had.
Rose.
We'll see. Call me. Good luck. It sounds like a real mess.
It is. Thanks. Bye. Okay, read it back to me. Correction. Jillian Coleridge, Jones' friend and attorney, will be questioned by police. They haven't found her. But play that down. Mave Ryan, as in Senator Ryan. Yeah, but play that down, too. Okay, you got it. That's the first step. Now, next, we got to sit down. You got to go over this with me. Everything that happened the day before Ken died and after he died.
Why don't you start talking to Mom? We'll be down in a few minutes, John.
Everything else okay?
Yeah.
Thanks, John, okay? Want the doors closed?
Might as well.
Is this about Faith not hearing this?
That's right. Frank, I know what's going on, so there's no sense in beating around the bush. It's rotten, man. It's rotten what you're doing to Faith, and I think you better cut it out unless you want to...
Hold it. Now, maybe you know what's going on. I sure as hell don't.
Oh, really? Really? In the last 2 hours alone, you went from holding her hand to wrapping your arms around her, all the while you're supposed to be worrying about your mother's problems. Don't play dumb with me, man. I've seen you move on women. You know what the hell you're doing.
I'll tell you what, Bobby. Maybe you ought to drop this.
Yeah, maybe I ought to drop it, but maybe I'm up to here. Maybe I'm tired of keeping my mouth shut.
Since when have you kept your mouth shut? You always make your point, but what you don't do is tell me how to live, and I don't tell you.
You live any way you like. No affair with Faith.
This is hardly information that you're entitled to. But I'm not having an affair with Faith.
Not today. How about tomorrow? Next week? I'm not lying, right, Frank? Well, that's too bad, man, because this time I'm going for broke. Faith is too good a person, man. She is special.
And what the hell are you? She's one of your saints, right? You've got a real problem about Faith,
Yeah,
huh?
you got a real problem about her sister, man, so why don't you take care of that? Frank, for once in your life, resolve something with one woman before you move on to the other one.
What are you, a priest? A shrink? One for once resolve things. What is more resolved than, Frank, here's your ring, I'm going with him. Jill and I are through. Now, Faith and I, who knows? There's a lot of good human stuff between us, and it has got nothing to do with wanting her body, which is not to exclude the physical side, but none of it is your business. Bobby, you're not being fair. You're not being honest with me right now. If you can open up, maybe we'll get somewhere.
Oh, man, don't you turn this on me. This is you, man. You're in love with Jill. That's a mess. So you go running to Faith, and she's very vulnerable. She is used very easily, and I'm not going to let you walk over her the way you walked over Dee.
Bob. Are you in love with Faith? Am I getting in your way?
I care about her. She's been through a rough time. I support her.
You support her on a pedestal 10 feet high so you'll never come close to her?
I ain't going to take advantage of her, buddy.
Should I stay away from Faith because you want her, Bob?
No!
Then the hell with this.
This is what goes on behind the scenes at SoapNet.
I am ready to party.
Go to college? And all you get is an education. Get accepted at SoapNet Soap U, and you can win a jet-set trip to Hollywood and $20,000 available to create a new soap. Shoot your footage related to the soap opera genre and submit to SoapNet Soap U to get started. Go to soapu.com to find out how to enter. Be part of the next generation of soap writers, producers, directors, and stars. Enroll in SoapNet Soap U. Welcome to the Envy League.
America loves The View. It's bold. Rosie rocks.
For heaven's sakes, what's all the fuss about?
Over 4 million viewers agree The View's 10th season takes the cake. It's a whole new View, only on ABC.
After the doctor diagnosed my son with ADHD, I knew treatment was the right thing to do.
He's a smart kid, and he's made a lot of progress. But he's growing and changing, and treatment options change too.
I want to keep up, so he can keep doing the best he can.
To make sure your child's treatment keeps up with his changing needs, call 1-800-611-7840 or go to ADHDprogress.com for your free ADHD Progress Kit. You can get a workbook to help you know what to expect at different ages and a progress tracker. 8 tips for working with the doctor to ensure the right treatment for your child's needs. And the latest on treatment options from Shire.
I'm glad I got the kit. Now I know what to ask the doctor.
Get your free progress kit so you can keep up with ADHD and your child can keep making progress. Call 1-800-611-7840 or go to ADHDprogress.com today.
Attention. If you do not have health insurance, have limited health insurance, or are uninsurable and are worried about the cost of health care, this announcement is for you. For less than $2 a day, your entire family can save thousands of dollars on all medical expenses, thanks to Synergy Health. With more than 600,000 providers around the country, Synergy Health can save you up to 60% on doctors, hospitals, hearing, vision, prescriptions, and even dental care. Plus, you'll get great savings on chiropractic, alternative medicine, and much more. And here's the best part. Synergy Health offers guaranteed acceptance to everyone, no matter what your health history or income, at the same low price. Call our 800 number and learn how Synergy Health is helping families like yours for less than $2 a day. There is no obligation, and the information is free.
Call 1-800-350-8847 for free information. That's 1-800-350-8847. There's absolutely no obligation.
Now playing on Project My World.
Welcome to Munich, Germany.
The girls get a taste of Oktoberfest.
Think of Mardi Gras times 10.
Time for good beer.
Cheers!
Bad singing. More beer.
I think I'm starting to appreciate it a little more.
Marching bands and a beer. Dancing with a beer. Even more beer.
Go, 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 go.
Then, losing your beer. Project My World, now playing on DirecTV Channel 101.
And how long ago did Finelli phone in this story? Good, then you got time to add some copy. Oh, Eddie, my love, are we going to add copy? Listen, we are going to play up the connection between Jillian Coleridge and Ken George Jones, and we are going to play up the fact that the police cannot find her. Something along the lines of singer's attorney lover drops out of sight sought by police in matter of Jones' death, I think. I know Jack ain't going to like it, but then it is my ballpark, is it not? You bet. And no mention of my involvement in this. No. On that, I want to go along with Jack's wishes. As little mention as possible of Mave Ryan, none of all of Frank. Keep him out of it. You got it. And Eddie, thanks for bringing it to my attention. There's a bonus in this one for you. You better believe it. Right. I can't stand it.
I can't either. What's going on?
Oh, Jillian Coleridge may really have done herself in this time. Wouldn't that be wonderful? Would that not be bliss?
You mean she might have killed Ken George Jones?
A mercy killing, but oh, Michael, to have this kind of revenge just handed to me out of the blue, and it's a gift. All I have to do is see that the story is fully reported, which is, after all, nothing more or less than my job.
I don't think I've ever seen you more happy.
Well, now, Michael, I wouldn't say happy. I'd use the word satisfaction, gratification. Oh, hell, it is unmitigated joy. I'm gonna nail her.
But that's not what Jack Finelli wants.
No. Oh, no. Jack is her friend.
What are you going to tell him about changing his story?
Well, now, Michael, what do I know? I just own the place. Obviously, some additional information came in.
Mrs. Woodard.
I haven't got a shred of compassion for Jillian Coleridge, and I appall you.
You knock me out. So give me the details. How did she do it if she did it? Who saw, when, where, everything? Or shouldn't I ask?
Oh, honey, if I knew, I'd tell you. No, the only thing the story said was that Jones died in Riverside Hospital in the neurology wing and that the police can't find Jill. Obviously, we're going to need every morsel, every tidbit. So, how did she do it if she did it? And she did it. Michael, that's the premise we start with. A few weeks ago, Roger told me that she was after him to give Ken an overdose of medication, so we have got to assume that she just took matters into her own hands.
What you need is some inside information.
Uh-huh, and by the morning edition, and we are not going to get it from Finelli.
Why don't you have another reporter snoop around? Undercover? He could go to the hospital, talk to the nurse. Dr. Bolak runs neurology. Why don't you call him?
No, absolutely not. He's much too professional. Kim.
Sure, he comes home, he talks about his day. She's very interested when he mentions Miss Coleridge and Ken George Jones.
Of course she would be, but he'd make her swear to secrecy, Michael.
But if you asked her nicely, why don't I ask her?
Michael, what a lovely idea.
I wouldn't even have to put her on the spot. I'd just mention it, see what she says, leave the newspaper out of it.
Can you do that in a couple of hours?
Sure. I just need an excuse to go over there.
All right, return her scarf. She left it yesterday. It's on the hall table.
Well, I'm all set. I'll do my best.
Come right back here.
You bet. Undercover.
Hurry up.
Ryan's Hope is next. Then Play Dirty with the Abbotts and the Newmans on The Young and the Restless, followed by All My Children on SoapNet.
Have you noticed, sir, the halo that's around my head?
I'm the mother, and the mother knows what to do.
I don't want to be answerable to anybody else on the face of this earth.
Occasionally I get mad when I think people aren't leveling with me, but never hysterical.
It was stupid. Very, very stupid.
Ryan's Hope, next on SoapNet. School's out.
I never dreamed it'd be this hard to find a decent job.
Welcome to the real world.
Hey, nice to meet you.
Steve tells me you're looking for a job.
Well, at least I'm interviewing. What are you doing?
Steve Sanders, sports agent.
Catch back-to-back episodes of 90210. Today starting at 5 on SoapNet.
I got a job. I got a real job.
You are not listening to your own heart. Don't marry Antonio.
Don't tell me what I want.
He's the man that I love. I'm ready to marry you now.
Watch One Life to Live, weekdays on ABC and weeknights at 9 on SoapNet.
I'm famous for my crabapple jelly, and people look forward to it every year. Just as I was starting this year's batch, I had a pretty big fall. I was lucky. I wasn't hurt badly, but when my daughter and I talked to the doctor, he told us to call Lifeline.
Lifeline is the #1 medical alert service trusted by doctors, hospitals, and professional caregivers.
If I have another fall or if something happens, I just touch this little button and I'm connected to Lifeline.
Mrs. Riddell, this is Carl from Lifeline. Do you need help?
In the event of an emergency, Lifeline can send help quickly, 24 hours a day, 7 days a week. For your free Lifeline information package, call 1-800-290-9137. Call 1-800-290-9137 right now, and you'll also get a free falls assessment guide.
Now my daughter doesn't worry so much about me living alone.
So you just turned around at some point and Jill had left the room.
Well, I thought she was out in the hall because Roger and the nurse were working over Ken, and she had begged them to leave him in peace. But we turned around, Roger and I, later, and she was gone.
Has anybody tried her apartment again?
Yeah, I tried it a couple times. There's no answer.
Jill knows that they have to question her. She knows it'll be much worse if she doesn't cooperate.
Don't ask me, Jack. I can't figure it.
She's somewhere. She's sitting, thinking. The last thing that's on her mind is the police.
Yeah, well, she'll wake up tomorrow when she sees the paper.
No, let's hope she's in touch well before then, Jack.
She's gone. She's taken
What?
off.
What, did you get into her apartment?
Yeah, the detective got the master key from the doorman, and the apartment was empty. Her dresser drawers were open, and her suitcase was gone. Obviously, she grabbed her clothes and left.
What about her car?
Gone.
Oh, no. Why would she do that? That only makes her look more guilty. The court's... If it comes to the court.
It will. Running away's the worst thing she could have done. She's just set herself up for a murder charge.
Where on earth is she?
Catch Days of Our Lives tonight at 11, Days at Night, only on SoapNet.